And we are back. Guys, did you know that you can make a career as a video gamer? Well, we bring you good news today. Esports is one of the industries when you can make a living through video games. To take us further in, here with us is none other than Mr. Ren Vitug on Gaming with Purpose.
A pleasant day, everyone. I am GLOCO and we are Gaming with Purpose. This is a segment where we learn about the Philippine video game industry. And for today, our buena mano is the Commissioner of the Nationals, Mr. Ren Vitug. Hello, Ren. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me here.
Awesome. All right. So firstly, can you tell us more about how you started in the esports industry up till your position right now?
Okay, so I fell in love with gaming since I was young. Started on the Game Boy, family computer maybe, and Game Boy, Sega, and then PlayStation, and then the PC games. Eventually, I realized that I cannot play that amount of game anymore. I was talking about more than half a day playing. So I don't want to stop gaming completely. So I approached a local gaming site, and I told them if I can write for them. And late last year, I was approached if I can manage the nationals, which is essential for me because I was a person with no specific affiliation, which is very difficult. And I was very delighted to take the job.
All right, now you're the commissioner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that's awesome. Okay, now before we begin to talk about esports in the country, how would you explain it to people who don't really know the word yet or who are just hearing the word for the first time?
Well, esports is short for electronic sports. It's essentially competitive video games. I'll take a parallel with sports because the definition is kind of vague, but at the same time, the essence is kind of specific and established enough. So, if there's a competition aspect, be it low, there's ability, there's skill, there's talent, there's progression and teamwork to an extent if applicable, then that's what separates games from sports. Similarly, that competitive aspect is what separates video games from esport. Esport as a word is a collective term. So not all games are esports. The same way, not all games are sports.
We believe every well-intentioned sports league organizer in the Philippines has an advocacy of responsible gaming as part of nation building and furthering the local esports ecosystem. So as the commissioner of the nationals, how else do you think should various stakeholders and those interested in esports should move forward in this direction? I mean, like, as opposed to just organizing competitions and leagues and all that stuff just for the sake of doing those. What else?
I think the biggest difference that esports stakeholders can make is to be very conscious of the influence that we have on kids. You see, these young people, they're unique in a way that they did not adapt into technology. They were kind of born into this technology, right? But while they're different in that case, I think they're similar to us, especially when we were younger, that we don't really know what to do. Like going into college, my question was not what school I should want to take or what I should want to go to, but it's the course what course should I pursue? And the problem right now is we have organizers, we have teams like flaunting prize pool, fame into these kids and saying this is what you can achieve in esports. And it's partly correct, partly incorrect. You might get money out of esports, but that's not because of esports per se. That's the reward for being excellent. That's the reward for being the best you can do. It falls under a big survivorship bias in a way that you see a few successful people, but we don't see the many people who have failed. So I have personally seen hundreds, thousands of people who tried, who wanted to pursue esports but were not able to. So in the end, it's not really a matter of I just want to be an esports player and I should do because there's money. It's more about realizing that this is something I want to do, this is something I can do, and that involves doing other things. I hope that we can implore the young people to explore, because I get that gaming can be comfortable, but unless if they go out, they go to school, meet new people, do other things, then it's gonna be hard for them to say that esports is something they're good at. Because let's face the truth that esports, like any other profession, requires you to be good, like any other professional career.
Really hoping that the nationals can not only help develop the players but also regulate or influence the organizers or the stakeholders themselves in giving a proper advocacy for these young players who are very passionate and very ambitious.
Yeah, personally, like I as a direction for the nationals, we stayed away from emphasizing the prize pool. I think it is significant money for people, but at the same time, you don't go into a sport or a career like with money as the number one motivator, right? You have to find something you will enjoy doing, because I think that's very essential if you want to do well in that career. Looking at people who make money, isolating people who have been successful is like looking at the lottery winner and saying, hey, lottery is a good way to be rich, look at this guy.
Yeah.
And that's the same way with esports and content creators in your case. Like, I'm sure there's a number of successful people, but there are a lot who try and fail.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Ren Vitug, the Commissioner of the Nationals. Now that we know what esports is and the current situation in this industry, the next time we'll take a look at how it all started. This is GLOCO here in Game Over Cafe for gaming with purpose.
Have you ever dreamed of being part of esport organization or team? Well, sorry to break it to you, it's not all fun and games. As a matter of fact, setting up an esport organization is more like setting up a business. Up next, we will be featuring brand new organization trying to break into the field. Stay tuned and learn more about them when we come back.